In today's video, we're going to be working on a 2011 Buick Lacrosse, and the problem that this vehicle has is the brake pedal is sticking. So when we press the brakes, when we're driving on occasion, it drags while we're accelerating. And likewise, when you shut the vehicle off, you might apply the brakes and you get out of the vehicle and the brake lights are still on because the pedal never fully released. Now, if you're having this problem, a lot of times you might take it to a shop and it's hard to replicate because it has to be in exact conditions. I know some people think you can just turn the heater on and it should be hot in there and that would have the same effect. But on this vehicle here, it will not do it in the winter when the heat's on full blast. It will only do it on very hot and humid days. So, but if you have this problem, the good thing is there's a couple bulletins out there that GM's produced over the last couple of years. I'll quickly walk through those and show you one of the two parts that you can replace to fix your vehicle at home. Alright, so to get started here, the part that you're going to need is the brake pedal arm. Now, according to a lot of the bulletins that GM talks about, they say that the problem is caused by this bushing right here inside to this brake pedal arm. It supposedly wears over time and it gets hung up. So you either can buy this brake pedal arm or this entire assembly. Now, according to GM's bulletins, and they've published various of these over the years, so here's one in 2012, and I'll put links in the description to all these. This was only applied to the 2010 to 2012, Lacrosse Regal, SRX, and the Malibu. They did update it, with some additional information in 2014. Then also in 2018, they came out with another one where they increased the coverage all the way up to 2015. Supposedly in 2013, they updated some of the parts, but I'm not sure because as you can see, the later bulletin in 2018 said it went all the way up to 2015. But if you're buying parts today from Rock Auto or Amazon, I'm pretty confident you're probably getting the updated part. Now, a little bit of the research that I did do on this problem before I purchased both of these parts is, according to GM's bulletin, like I said, this bushing is what fails, and it says this brake arm is what needs to be replaced. However, if you look at all of their bulletins, the labor time that they have is talking about the brake pedal assembly replacement, which is this entire thing, not just the arm. And I'm curious on why they have that out there. Maybe it's because it's a little bit more difficult to get this replaced because you got to be able to get up in those tight spots in there to get those clips, get these plastic retainers pulled out and slide this in here versus just replacing this with the bolts. With that said, this entire assembly takes a lot more time because you got to mess with the brake booster and disconnect that. You also got to do some other things with the trim to make sure you're able to clear the whole tire, dash to be able to get this entire assembly out. So I'm going to start with this and just show you guys what you got to do, in order to replace just the arm. I'm hoping it's going to solve our problem, but I do know in some scenarios, if everything's all chewed up in here, you might have to do this entire assembly. But, again, we're going to start in this video here with just the arm. To get started, we need to remove this trim piece. So you just have a couple 7mm bolts on the top and then these two over here as well. Then we'll also disconnect this light here just to get it out of the way. And all you got to do here is remove this outside cover. So just take a flathead screwdriver and you're going to gently pry that plastic up. And then once you get that open, then we'll remove this plug in here. So just pushing on that little black connector on the end and pull it out, then we can remove this trim piece. Now that we have that trim piece removed, we do have access to our pedal arm here. So the first thing we're going to do under here is we're going to disconnect the brake pedal position sensor. So just push that in and we'll release it. Then we'll also remove that bolt, and I believe that's a 7mm. Alright, so then after you get that bolt removed, you should be able to remove the sensor. Then we're going to pull the brake pedal towards the rear of the vehicle And over here on your brake booster here, there's just a plastic retaining clip in there. And I'll give you a picture of what it looks like on our new one here. But you're just going to gently pull it to the rear of the vehicle, and it should pop out of there. Just like that. Alright, so now that we have everything disconnected from the brake pedal, to get this released, you're going to see this little gray clip right here. And you got another one of those retainers on the other side. You're going to gently get behind there, and you're going to pull it straight back until it clears both sides, and you do the same thing over there. Once you get that, then there's a part in the middle there. Try to get this out of the way here to show you. This little retaining clip here, then you're going to push that towards the front of the vehicle. That should allow that clip to clear this bracket, pull both of the retaining clips out of the side, then our pedal should come out. Alright, so we can feel that the clip is released on both sides. So then we'll do the same thing on this one on the other side here. Alright, so that one's fully released. And you should hear that pop noise that you just heard there. So now we're going to gently push these retainers in. So these pieces right here, you're going to gently push that in because there's a little lip on this plastic piece right here that's holding it to the black part here. And you do replace these anyway, so it's not going to hurt if you damage it. But, you know, again, we'll try to get it out of here the correct way. Alright, so there's the clip on that side. And we'll do the same thing over here. Alright, so there is the second clip removed. Alright, so now that we got those clips removed, we should be able to wiggle this thing out of here. just like that. All right, so now that we have our old one removed, as you can see, I cannot spin that bushing in there at all. If we compare it to our new one, you can see how easily that glides in there. So definitely that's what's causing our problem. So we'll discard all of our old stuff, including those old clips. You can't reuse those. So then we have our new ones here. Then to get this installed, I'll show you over here on this assembly that I have. You need to make sure you align those two slots on the outside. So if you can see right there, the slot is over here and the slot is over here. So if we compare that to our new one, you can see those slots there. So it's like a little key there that you need to make sure you line up in there. Once you get that aligned in perfectly, you can set this down, and then we'll go ahead and we'll snap our clips back in. So moving on to the install, again, as I just showed there, make sure you have that lined up. And once you have it lined up, then we'll slide our brake arm back in place. So you'll get past that first part, then you need to push it back into the second one as well. Alright, so there we can feel that it's fully seated back there. And if you don't get it fully seated back there, it's going to be very difficult to get these white retainer clips in here. And one comment when you're installing these, this one with the metal on the back of it, it's going to go on the left hand side. Then the other one without that bracket on the back, this one here, will go over there. So again, we'll make sure our pedal's pushed all the way back. Then you're going to go behind there and you're going to take this retainer and you're going to slide it past those retaining clips there. Once it gets passed in there, then we'll push our pin down to lock it in place. And don't force this in here. It sometimes takes a little bit to find the exact spot where it needs to be. Actually, I'm going to try to do the other side here first just to keep that in place. Because a little bit tighter clearance over here on the left side. Alright, so after fighting that for a little bit, I do have our clips installed and then our retainers pushed down as well. I had to get the camera out of the way so I had some room in there because it's typically harder to get that first one started. Once you get the first one started, then it's a little bit easier on the second. But let me show you on the one I have on the bench on how to get these installed. Alright, so what you have to do here is, again, first make sure that's lined up like I talked about there a minute ago, where it's fully seated down in here. And you're going to notice this little cutout here. This is what you're going to be fighting in order to get that in here, because there's hardly any clearance at the top of this lip here. So what you want to do, you'll push it up in there and you'll kind of feel it springing back at you. See, like there? It's kind of springing back. You're going to have to try to gently get it in here square first. Like that. Then what I do is push in farther on the bottom and gently keep working it in until you feel it snap in place just like that. So once it snaps in place, you can come back over here on this other side and just verify that these two clips here are past this groove here. Then all you got to do is snap in that retaining clip on the top there, and that side's done. Then you do the same thing over here on this other side. So again, take your retaining clip, and this metal part here is the one on the inside, as I mentioned there before. So again, we'll do the same thing. Just gently push it in there. Then once you feel that it's fully seated in there, and again, just verify that that plastic piece came in on the other side and it's above that lip on that black part there, then simply snap this retaining ring in. Just like that, and then you're done installing the arm. Then obviously once you're done there, verify that it's able to pivot and neither one of these plastic clips are moving, then you're done with the installation of the arm. Alright, so after you get yours on there, next thing we're going to do here is we're going to push this down in to our vacuum booster here just until you hear it snap in place. And just make sure you're lined up with that in the back. You should feel it lock in securely like that. Next, we're going to reinstall the brake pedal position sensor. Just pay attention to that little groove there. There's a hole in the back there. You need to line it in there first, and also get this piece to go up here. Alright, so once you got it pushed through there, then we'll tighten up our bolt. And just verify that it's fully flush back here, and you can feel that notch on the back. We're still connected here, and we'll go ahead and tighten that up the rest of the way. And finally reconnect the sensor plug here. And if you moved any of this trim stuff out of the way, just reposition that back in place. Then we're done installing the pedal, then we'll move on to putting the trim back. Moving on to installing this, so first reconnect this light. So just push it in until you hear it snap in place. Then snap that back in. Then position it up in place, and you're going to have these little retainers here. Just make sure you snap them in place there. Then after that's sitting in place, then just put these 7mm bolts back in here and tighten them up. Then the two smaller ones are going to go right here. Then the last thing we need to do here is take our old pedal pad off of our old one, and we'll reinstall on a new one. So just pry this off, and then when you go to install this, start over here on this side, and it'll make it easier because you can start here, and as you get it wrapped around there, then you can use this thicker part here to pry it over like that. So we'll go install it on the new one. Alright, so again, we'll start on this side here, and we'll just gently set this in place here. Just make sure it's fully seated around that lip on the entire length of that pedal, and then we're done installing the pedal arm. Alright, well hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please give me the thumbs up. If you're interested in more content like this, please hit that subscribe. But again, I hope this helped you out, and thanks for watching.